movie.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Adam Talks Too Much, the show where we discuss all things movies, TV, and video games, but mostly it's just movies. First off, I want to let everyone know that this is the last episode of this phase of the show. We are going to be stopping for about a month and a half or so and going to be booting this show back up in late to middle August in a phase 2 of the show, which will be rebranded, a new name, under a new channel with we're going to be launching a couple other new shows as well. So hope you guys look out for that, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you'll be up to date on all the new cool things that are going to be happening under this new network. But first off, let's introduce our awesome panel of awesome guests. My cool dude, cool friends, movie dudes going to be talking today. And first up, we have writer-director who got caught with a dead body in his apartment in 2403. It's Brandon Bonnet.
Thank you for bringing up my first short film. If you don't know what he's talking about, go to YouTube and I guess search The Dead Body in Apartment 2403. I am proud of it. It was fun. But I also have a new short out called The Spinning Record. I'd prefer you to check that out. It needs more views. What's up? I'm happy to be here.
It's not out yet. It's just a trailer. But anyways, up next, he's the guitarist for the band Low Lifes. And he recently told me that he hopes there'll be more Death Stars in future Star Wars films. It's Jackson Moore.
I want at least 10 Death Stars. I don't think there's enough planet-killing weapons in Star Wars. I feel like they just never have enough of them. No. Thanks, Adam. Yeah, Jackson. Hey, guys. I'm excited to be here again. It's always fun doing the show. I've got my light-up Stormtrooper helmet. Having fun.
You like Star Wars, eh?
I guess.
And last but not least, it's my good friend and the vocalist for Avenue, and the guy who just told me that he thought Joss Whedon's version of Justice League was better than The Dark Knight. It's Zach Jones.
You know, I just love how he made it lighter. You know, you can't go wrong with that.
Now, I'm actually not sure. Do you actually? Is that your actual opinion? I mean, you did text me.
It is not.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't know if it was a joke text or what it was. I was throwing
Mustache,
forever. Practical joke on Adam.
First,
I got you.
Zach, have you seen Justice League, the Zack Snyder's version? Did you watch all that?
I have. I did.
Did you like it?
I was disappointed. I'm just kidding. I loved it.
You loved it? Oh, wow.
I did.
Oh, wow.
I really enjoyed it.
I would say it was a little long.
It was because all the slow. I like the slow motion. All the slow motion.
God.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite part.
I think you could have trimmed that for sure. Anyways, let's kick off with our first story with the Joker 2 is officially announced to be, I guess, moving forward. I'm not sure when it goes into production, but it's moving forward, and by all reports, it's possibly a musical starring Lady Gaga. Really weird. I want to kick it off with Brandon's thoughts on this. You heard about this story. You heard about them moving forward with a Joker 2, which is strange, with possibly being a musical with Lady Gaga. Brandon, what's your thoughts?
Did we need a sequel? No. That's kind of my thing. And I just rewatched Joker for the first time probably about a couple days ago. It's a great film. Todd Phillips, you knocked it out of the park. I guess this is the cool thing to do, is do sequels. And now that it's a musical and Lady Gaga's involved, I'm not going to hate on it. I don't know. This is something I didn't really want from the franchise. I thought it'd been cool, a one-off. I think the movie would eventually become whatever generation's Taxi Driver, because a lot of people relate to it in really creepy ways. But I guess yeah, let's do it. Why not? Lady Gaga, she was fine in A Star Is Born, and if it's going to be a musical, she could sing. So I don't know. I kind of don't care. Like, once I see that first trailer, I'll probably be the first one to be like, oh my God, this is going to be the best movie in the world. But right now, I'm just, I could care less.
Yeah, no real thoughts on it. Yeah, Zach,
Yeah.
what do you think? What do you think about this story?
I'm not a big fan of musicals in general. I mean, I know there's a market for them. I know that my girlfriend, she really likes musicals. So, but I really liked the first one. I thought the first one was absolutely amazing. So I'm willing to, give it a shot, see where it goes, especially what they do with the storyline, And I mean, I feel like, Lady Gaga is going to be playing Harley Quinn. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what I feel like is where they're going with it. So I would be curious to know how she portrays that role, and we'll see. But yeah, musical, I don't know. I don't know
it weirds me out a little bit that they're
for sure.
doing this
Yep.
as a musical. But Jackson, what's your thoughts on Joker 2, possibly a musical, and Lady Gaga's involvement?
Well, an unexpected announcement for sure.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. I mean, when I saw the title, I was like, "Oh, that's intriguing." Like, let's see how it goes. And then he posted the picture of Joaquin Phoenix like reading the script, and I was like, "Oh, okay. If Joaquin is on board, then let's do it," because he's usually pretty picky about his films, I would think. And then they were like, "Oh, and it's also going to be a musical," and I'm like, "Okay, all right." Interesting choice. All right. I'll see. And the thing is I love musicals. I do love a good musical. I'm not opposed to musicals. Absolutely not. It was just not what I was expecting. But at the same time, that can be really exciting. I mean, if Todd Phillips is doing this and he's committed to this, then maybe this is just going to make it even more unique and interesting. I don't know. I mean, sometimes it's the wacky stuff, the stuff that you think is like, whoa, why would they do that? That actually ends up making it work better. So maybe it is going to be, maybe it will be really great. I mean, Lady Gaga's awesome. I'm not a naysayer for that. I'm excited to see her in it. If I didn't see whether she was officially cast or whether they just said that they were looking at her.
I think it's rumor. I think if the musical part's a rumor too, honestly.
Yeah.
I think it's
okay, so they're both kind of unsubstantiated, but
yeah.
Either way, I'm excited. I'll watch it. I mean, Todd Phillips is great. I love the first movie. I also don't think it needed a sequel, but of course, money talks, and they're going to do it anyway. So
money talks.
I'll watch the Joker sing, I guess.
So do you think that there's going to be like hints at like a Batman maybe? Because I'm curious to know how they're going to set up this second one without a Batman. Do you think it poses the same kind of problem that like Sony does with like their villains and without Spider-Man?
I personally think that Batman is still going to be, depending on how far they push the timeline, because he's just a child in Joker 1, if I remember correctly. He's just a little kid. So I guess it depends on how far they're pushing. In Joker, the first Joker, does his father die yet? Like, they're not dead yet, right? His parents are still alive. Like, his Batman.
They die at the end.
They died at the end? Okay, so
yeah,
I bet his involvement will be very similar to, gosh, I hope, seeing little Bruce Wayne again, I think would be strange. I thought it was a little weird, personally, even in that movie, Bruce Wayne in it. But I don't know. I think this whole story is weird. I think if it is true that it's a musical, it turned me off immediately, and I'm curious, depending on the direction that Todd takes the film, because we trust in great filmmakers, and I think he's a great filmmaker. But it's a weird choice, and I think most people will have the same reaction if it's a full-on La La Land musical. Like, with dance numbers but I could see people like a reporter grabbing onto that buzzword and using it to clickify a report, you know, like, oh, it has like two musical sequences in it. Oh, that's all it was, but they use that as a clickbaity kind of thing. And when we see the film, we're like, oh, it was like literally one sequence, like in 500 Days of Summer, where Joseph Gordon-Levitt's walking and a bird lands on his shoulder or whatever. Sorry, Brandon.
No, you're fine. Well, even in Joker, there are some musical numbers, like when he first murders the guys on the train, that whole sequence of him in the bathroom. So I wonder, and even the ending with that song, the whatever, that's playing while he's going down the steps. Like, even that was kind of a musical moment. I wonder with Todd Phillips, how far are they taking that? Like,
because
what's a musical to him? Because this was already kind of a musical. Like, well, I don't know.
I think they're gonna still lean into what you're saying. If it is a musical, it's going to be in his head, this kind of thing. But I'm thinking, like, is it going to shift into like 500 Days of Summer type? He's seeing birds land on. It's like that, but while he's killing people, sort of. I don't know. I just don't know.
Or even like how Spielberg, what was Spielberg's last movie, West Side Story, a full musical? Like, is it going to be that?
Yeah, that's what
is it going to be from the start? Is it a musical?
Yeah, if it's that, I'm like, we're already hesitant, all of us, going Joker 2. But then you hear a musical, and you're like even more like, what the frick are they doing? Like, but I could see it being a clickbaity type of article. And it really only has a sequence of a musical in there. And Lady Gaga is not actually Harley Quinn. She's just a character in it. You know, it's just all clickbaity type of pushes here. I mean, sorry.
Maybe Joaquin Phoenix can bring back his rapping skills for this.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
That's funny.
Yeah.
No, I don't like you know, we're all pretty skeptical. I just don't know if there's a place for it unless they have something new that has never been explored with the Joker. You know, like with the first one. I mean, we got to see a side of the Joker. True, very true. But I hope not. Again, I'm not, especially with a movie like the Joker. I don't see. Maybe my imagination isn't there. I don't see how they could make that.
What if they tried to do a Joker romance, sort of like La La Land, but with Joker and Harley Quinn? It's a romantic comedy musical with Joker and Harley Quinn. Maybe that's their angle, but it's all a spree of murders instead of dance sequences.
Like, the first thing that popped into my mind was like they're both in a manic like state where they think everything around them is a musical, you know?
Yeah.
Where they're experiencing everything is like this heightened sense of everything around them is fanciful, and you know, like, but in reality they're just killing people in the in the asylum or whatever. That's where my mind went.
The more we're talking about it, I'm kind of getting into this idea. Like,
I mean, if they play it that way,
yeah, I agree, Zach. If they play it that direction, I'm down.
If they play it that way, I mean, I'm gonna go see it either way, because I mean, I really like the first one, and you know, curious to see where they go. So whether it's a musical or not, I mean, and Carla liked the first one, so she's if it's a musical, she's even gonna be more interested in it. So we're probably going to see it either way.
I think we're already all sold. Like, as long as Todd Phillips is directing this thing, I'm there opening day. Like, what am I saying? Like, as much as, even if I hate everything that's coming out, it's still Todd Phillips, because when the Joker was announced, I remember thinking, like, man, how's he going to do this? And he blew me away with what he did with his homage to Scorsese, with his whole bringing it about a character. So I feel like Todd has it in him. If anybody's going to do a sequel, thank God we're getting the same director, writing team, producing team that are behind this. So regardless, I think we're all going to be there opening day. Like, there's nothing that's like, it would have to be just utter, just
Dog
badness,
shit.
like
Yeah,
for me
yeah.
not to go see this. And I went and saw Suicide Squad knowing who Jared Leto was. So I'll go see this movie opening day, no problem.
Yeah, and I will say
Yeah.
one last little note on this. My friend Dustin went to a panel in LA, and the DP for Joker and Hangover was there, and he actually got to talk to him. And at that panel, he showed shots from pre-production that he's already working on for the Joker 2, and the people on the panel were like, I don't know if you're supposed to be showing that. He was like already showing like storyboards for this stuff, and he said it looked really like really cool. So, and he actually got to practice some shots there live with those DPs. So I guess they're already working on it. So crazy. I
feel like before they announced this, they're probably already shooting now.
Those pictures they put on Instagram, I guarantee those were for like 3 months prior to that. Like
Exactly.
it wasn't right in that moment. They took the picture of Joaquin.
Yeah.
This was like approved by Warner like long ago. So it's probably already. I mean, obviously the DP is already working on it. So, anyways, let us know down in the comments what you think of Joker 2 and if you guys would be interested in a musical with Lady Gaga. But let's move on to topic number 2, which is an exciting topic. It's a video game adaptation for The Last of Us, which is coming to HBO Max. I think next year. Okay, at some point it's coming out. They released an image online. Let me pull up that image real quick. It is a quick little image. They've released a couple for this, but their most recent one actually showed the zombie type clicker character, and you got Pedro Pascal, and I can't remember the girl's name, but who's playing Ellie in the show, she's also seen here, and it looks like it's directly pulled out from the video game, which it looks awesome, but video game adaptations have never been the best. So what do you guys think? Let's start with you, Zach. What is your thoughts on, are you excited to see The Last of Us on HBO? And what was your thoughts on this picture?
I am super, super excited. I mean, I was a huge fan of the first one. I haven't played the second one yet. I plan on it. I just haven't played it yet. I actually got spoiled for the second game, and I don't know if y'all played it. I don't want to spoil anything, but I can't believe they killed off Joel. Like I can't sorry, spoiler. I can't believe they did that. That is like it's sad. Like I was watching some videos. Yeah, what happened? No, and so I'm super excited for the show and to see where they take it. Because again, I'm a huge fan of the way that gameplay was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I love Pedro Pascal. I think he's a fantastic actor. He can bring a lot to that role. I just hope it's not like The Walking Dead. I hope it doesn't feel like The Walking Dead. I hope there's a difference, and I hope they're able to bring what was in the game to life. Which I think, in the grand scheme of video game adaptations, this should be a lot simpler, in my opinion, because it's not taking like a what am I looking for? There's not a whole lot of CGI that you have to put in place. There's not that spectacle where you're having
it's not a crazy reach. Yeah, it's not a crazy reach. It's like an apocalyptic kind of thing. So it's not like you got clickers, but like other than that, I mean, you're not reaching too far.
For sure. And so as long as they stay true to the game, and I mean they can add new stuff, and I'm not opposed to creative what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think right now, but artistic license. I think that if you're gonna create something, that you need to have your own touch to it, right? So if they change a couple stuff here and there, but as long as it stays true to the story, I will enjoy it, and I'm gonna be there to watch it day one.
The original creator of The Last of Us is actually been on set every day working in co with the Craig, what's his name from the Chernobyl show. They've been working together on that. So
I also heard that the voice actors that played Ellie and Joel are going to have a role in
I heard it wasn't even just like a tiny cameo. It's like a bigger role. They have two big roles in the project. So It's
That's
not just
super
like
cool.
it's not like in like Uncharted that they threw
Where they had-
Nathan. No, what's his name? What's it? I can't remember the actor's name, but the guy who plays Nathan Drake. Yeah, they just threw him
that
in
was,
literally on the
that was so
beach.
sad.
I know he's like
So sad.
literally the guy who created that character from the ground up, basically. Anyways,
He's
Jackson,
good.
what's your thoughts on the image, and are you excited to see the show?
Yeah, I mean the image looked awesome. I love Pedro Pascal. Obviously, he's a great actor. I'm excited to see him in this. I'm excited to see this show. I haven't played the game, so I don't know anything about it. Except for, I mean, it's impossible to avoid certain things, especially whenever something that popular kind of becomes part of the
Pop culture.
geek and nerd ether.
Yeah.
But I know little bits and pieces of it. All I know is that people love the story, and I'm excited to see it play out. I'm a huge fan of video games that are story driven.
Yeah.
I'm not so big on games that are like open world stuff where you kind of go around and do your own thing. I like following
You son
a
of a
story.
bitch! You take that back. You son of a bitch.
I like video games like I like my movies and my books. You know, it's like it's got to have like a story. I like
That's
stories.
what the
all right?
theater's for. When you're at home, it's for creating the worlds on your own. That's why the open world's there. You
I want to make my own
lunatic.
story. I want to see them. See their story.
My blood
no,
just
I-
boiled so much when you said that. I had to cut it.
Whatever. Whatever.
You
I
sit
don't
there
even wanna
with your
do this.
Dr. Pepper and you don't play your open world games. I want the story, me to create the story. I'm a director. I'm a writer director.
This podcast sucks.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I love you, Adam. You know I
All right, sorry. Continue.
No.
Looks exciting. I guess it looks exciting to you. You're excited to see it.
No, yeah, exactly. The stills all look amazing. I think they cast it really well, so
Yeah.
I love TV shows, I love movies, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. My cynic in me, whenever my brother was a super fan of this game, and he would always tell me, "You got to play this game." And I was an Xbox guy, and this was like at the PS3 time. I was like, I ain't gonna play this freaking game, and so I avoided it for a long time. And then I got a PS4, I ended up playing the remaster, and it is so good. It's so well written. It's one of the best storytelling games I've ever played, including Uncharted 4 is like really good too. It's a really well written game, and now all games seem to be really well written. So, but it felt like the first game that had great writing and felt like a movie or a TV show or whatever. So I'm curious what angle they're going to take to make this into a show. Like, it's, obviously games have gameplay, so I wonder. I don't know. I'm just extremely curious. Brandon, what's your thoughts on the show coming to HBO?
It's got Pedro Pascal, right?
Yes.
Yup.
Have y'all seen the Nicolas Cage movie with him?
Yes.
I need to watch it.
I will watch.
Sucks.
I will watch anything this man does. I watched The Mandalorian. Look, I'm not the video game guy, but I'm also really good friends with Adam's brother Josh. He's told me the whole plot to it, and it sounds incredible. Like, I already know the spoilers, and with him attached to this, yeah, I'm watching. Like, if you have not seen, I forget the name of the Nicolas Cage movie. The importance of. It's got a weird
The
name,
weight
but you'll
of
know what
the-
I'm
the
talking about.
The massive weight of
The massive way,
Unbearable Talent.
unbearable
Unbearable
talent. Yeah.
That
amazing.
movie, I saw it twice in a day. It was so much fun, and it's half because of Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal. Like, how he carries that movie. I'm like, dude, I'll watch this guy do anything. I went back and watched, he was in some Netflix show that I watched. I can't remember. But I went back and watched that with him. Like, the guy's such a talented actor. I'm watching whatever he does. And HBO also does True Detective and Westworld. And if y'all haven't seen any of those series, you're missing out. They're incredible. So, yeah, I'm totally on board with this.
Yeah, totally. Me too.
That sounded really enthusiastic.
Yeah, I was just thinking about Brandon bringing up HBO stuff, and I was trying to think of a joke of a bad HBO, but they don't have bad TV shows. Like, I was trying to think of a joke. Like,
Well, for us, Sex in the City,
yeah, I was trying to think of one that didn't come to mind. I was
Flight
like,
of the Conchords got canceled after 2 seasons. Like, come on, HBO.
did they want to continue though? Did they? Were they ready to quit? Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah, I think they're all fine. I think they're all fine
they're
now,
doing
but
fine. All right, guys, let
I
us
don't
know
know.
what
Like, I don't like Game of Thrones. That's like their big hit? I tried watching it. I could not get into it.
Yeah, Jackson,
Same.
big fan of Game of Thrones over there.
Cool show. A lot of good. Yeah.
It's pretty open world. I don't know if you'll love it, but anyways, let us know down in the comments below what you think of the HBO show The Last of Us video game adaptation. So we're gonna move on to the next topic, and it is that another show has wrap production, and it's a show I'm super excited about. It's a Netflix show. It's the adaptation for the animated Nickelodeon cartoon Avatar: The Last Airbender. Just, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday, they wrapped filming, and they had a wrap party where they showed the teaser to this thing to the cast and crew, and apparently they were all in tears whenever they were tweeting about it and talking about it. They could not believe. I think one had said, "I can't believe that we get to be a part of this show." So anyways, here's a little picture of the cast from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm super excited about this. I don't know if any of the other guys are as excited as me. I've joined all the rumor mill Twitter accounts and all the Instagram accounts just so I can keep up. I feel like I'm back in 2010 with M. Night Shyamalan was making the the first adaptation, and I was so excited. I joined it was before I was on Twitter or anything, but I was hopping on every website to get every little detail. I feel like I've been doing that every morning. I wake up, I try to get some info on this show and try to find out some little details. Maybe someone leaked a set photo, or maybe, the only photo I've seen so far is someone posted because they had the wrap party in a bar or the day before yesterday, or whenever it was, and someone had a picture of the logo for The Last Airbender, and I got a little glimpse of what the font is, and I'm a big font guy, so I was like, oh, that's great font choice. So I was excited when I saw the font, but that's all I've seen so far. Jackson, what's your thoughts? I mean, I don't know if you've even seen any images, but what's your thoughts on this show coming out possibly early next year?
Was the font papyrus?
It wasn't, thank God. I'm not a fan of that. It was a great, nice, clean font.
Have you seen that SNL skit with
I love that
Ryan
skit.
Gosling?
The Avatar. This is a different Avatar. This is James Cameron's Avatar.
Sorry.
Oh, you don't know the show? You don't know the show? It's open world.
So this is the M. Night Shyamalan Avatar. Got it.
No.
They're just redoing that one.
But no. All jokes aside, I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's one of the best animated shows of all time. I'm really excited for this. I am. I haven't seen the images. I guess they just haven't come up on my news feed. But
you ain't looking. You ain't looking hard enough. That's what it is.
Yeah, you don't love it as much as I love it.
You don't love it as much as I love it.
Oh,
you could never love it.
You could never love it as much as I love it. Sorry. I'll send them to you after we get off this dang show.
Okay, cool. I love Ong.
You better.
But no, I'm so excited to watch it. I really hope that the heart and the overall air of the, no pun intended, of the original show really comes through in this. I'm such a huge fan, and I was so let down whenever I saw the live adaptation of it, the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the same at all. No shade to M. Night Shyamalan. He does great stuff sometimes, but it just was not what I was wanting. And the idea that we could get a live action Avatar film that is actually good, where the character development is actually there and where we don't breeze through the entire story, the entire first season in like a single movie is so appealing to me. I really hope it's good. And if it's not, we're still getting the new animated stuff for it too from the original creator. So if it's not that good, we still have an outlet for our Avatar fandom. Yeah. But I'm excited to see Aang and Zuko and Katara alive, Sokka. Yeah. I love that show, and I'm really excited to see it in live action, and I really hope it's good. I'm holding out hope.
Yeah. That's another part of this report too, I guess, a little bit in the news of Avatar this week was that the Avatar Studios, which is run by the original creators, they announced 3 movies, and it sounded from the report that it was going to be 3 theatrical films that are going to be animated. I think one's going to be the story of Zuko finding his mother, and so that's exciting too. There's more, like you're saying, Jackson, there's going to be more to the universe of Avatar, so that's cool. If this show sucks, at least we can lean on Avatar Studios bringing us some hope. I just hope this is good because I am a live action dude. I love the animated show. It's one of my favorite shows of all time, but I would love to see a live action, maybe even more adult. I mean, they start leaning more adult into the second season and third season, so it'd be from all reports, because I'm the report guy on this, it is more adult themed. They're removing a lot of the things that season 1 differs from season 2 and 3. So that's exciting, and it's I mean, from everyone talking about it who's a part of the cast, the cast talking about projects is a little iffy because they're a part of it, so it's a little different than whatever. But it's still awesome to hear they're super excited to be a part of it, and they're excited watching footage of it and stuff. So anyways, Zach, what's your thoughts on the show? Did you ever watch the animated series, and what's your thoughts on it, them rapping and whatever?
I did watch the animated series growing up. I mean, it's been a while. I haven't watched, and I wasn't like it's not my number one favorite, show, but I enjoyed it, and as long as it is better than the M. Night Shyamalan one, I'm good. I'm good. Like I will watch it again. Is it a movie? Is it a film, or is it
It's a series.
Yeah. It's a series. I love series. I think, in my opinion, when it comes to especially character building, you get more time with the character, and so you can really start to care about them a little bit more, and so I'm all for it. And the better that this does, hopefully in the future we'll be able to get some other stuff like a better Dragon Ball Z movie. But because that evolution was terrible. But
evolution.
But
you like
what are we
evolution?
talking best about that? My favorite. That is my favorite movie. No. So if this does well, which I'm really hoping that it does, hopefully it'll open doors to bringing the animated world into live action, because I'm like Adam. I love animated stuff, but whenever it's adapted to live action and it's done well, it makes you care about that property so much more.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. Brandon, what's your thoughts on the show wrapping? And I know you're a fan of the animated series as well.
Yeah, big fan. I don't know, man. I was excited for the Cowboy Bebop show on Netflix for some reason. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. Like, we had the M. Night outing, and I know both you and I, Adam, have seen that movie way too many times to try to find a good movie in there somewhere. But I don't know, man. Like, I just don't want to get my hopes up, to be honest. Like, it's just one of those things.
Yeah,
like,
Debbie Downer.
I think the television. Do what?
It's a Debbie Downer. Jesus.
I'm just being honest. Like, the show's so good. Ooh. That's hard to translate. Adam, You know what? I hope the shoe's on the other foot. When I talk about the Halloween franchise and the new Halloween movies, how I'm excited for the new ones, and you bring me down,
Boo.
it's the same way you're doing to me right now.
No, because boo.
See? But it's not something you're passionate about.
Hey, Brandon, what's your thoughts on this new thing? I don't know, man. I think it's a waste of time. Boo. That's what you just did. What's your thoughts? I don't know. I'm not getting my hopes
I
up.
hope it's good, but I don't want to get my hopes up.
What's your thoughts on it wrapping, production, and people being excited about it in the cast? What's your thoughts on that? I don't know.
You said it. Don't make me look like the jerk. You said the cast said it looked great. They saw a teaser. They said it looked great. No, like, yeah, of course they said that. Like, we don't know. Like,
Cool, Brandon. Great thoughts.
man, you're making me feel like a jerk. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but, like, let's be honest. Like, you could be let down by this.
Yeah, I could. And we're talking about
So
something
anytime I
exciting.
bring up Halloween news for the new Halloween movie, you're like, oh, dude, it's dog shit. It's awful. It's bad. Like, it doesn't feel good, does it? About something you're passionate about and something getting
feels fine
shoved
to
in your
me.
face.
Feels fine to me. That's all I gotta say. I'm fine
No,
with it.
I sat with you in Halloween Kills. You're like, oh.
I'm sorry. Whenever
you were that
Michael
guy. You're the
Myers
guy in
knocked the
Batman v
door,
Superman.
he knocked the door into a person who shot themselves in the face. I couldn't handle it. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
The movie was ridiculous. It was supposed to be ridiculous.
Oh, I
Michael
didn't know-
Myers can't be killed.
Oh, I didn't know I walked into a movie with a clown walking around stabbing people. I thought it was supposed to be a nice horror film. I got brought
One
into.
last thing I'll say, and we'll shut up. When we walked out of Halloween 2018, you looked at me and said, so
Will you
he
marry
can't
me?
be killed? Michael Myers can't be killed? I was like, yeah, that's the point of the movie. And then in Halloween Kills, you're like, he can't be killed? He does all this crazy stuff and can't be killed?
That's literally what you
I'm
said to
sorry.
me as we walked out of the theater. You said, yeah, I don't know what happened. I guess he can't be killed. I was like, yeah, that's what I said in 2018. That's what I was saying. And you were like, I guess
Yeah,
he can't
but they
be
made
killed.
it official, and this one, when they did a gunshot to his heart, I was like, yeah, he can't be killed. Like,
Yeah, and you said it was a misstep for the franchise, and you wish that you never saw
I
that
never
one.
said that.
I was like,
I
what?
never said
That's what
that.
your thoughts are?
All I ever said was, we will wait till David Gordon Green.
You said, I thought
does
David Gordon Green
Halloween
screwed
ends.
this up. You
We
said,
need
I
to-
feel like he screwed it up. And the guy with the bat who was in, The Dark Knight was the worst part of the movie. And I was like, wow, that's harsh, Brandon. And I was like, because that guy
Harsh.
tweeted. The guy was tweeting, Instagramming with you. And you're going to say he's the worst part of the whole movie? I was shocked. Anyways,
That's
moving on to
because.
this-
Wait a minute.
And on
I
today's
justify
episode,
myself a little bit. Wait a minute. He only Instagrammed me after I praised his performance in Halloween
That's
Kills.
why I was so shocked that you came out of the theater and was like, yeah, he's dog shit in this movie. And I was like, I thought you said he was so
never said
good.
that. Anthony Michael Hall. I never said that. I want that to be
Anthony,
one
let me
thing.
tell you, he walked out
Anthony.
and spit on the ground and said, dog shit performance. I was like, that guy? Anthony?
Dude, you saw me when he put the bat over his shoulder. I got more giddy than anything in my life. I was like, oh my God. And I'd already seen the movie. So, no. I loved Anthony Michael Hall and
I thought
Halloween
you were just
Kills.
excited that you found.
I hope one day we can be best friends.
I thought you were excited because you found something like interesting in your popcorn bowl, and you were like, "Ooh, that's what." That happened simultaneously.
I didn't have popcorn. We went to an early showing. I didn't have popcorn.
No, you had 2 hot dogs.
Maybe that, but I did not have popcorn.
Brandon, Josh. Anyways, moving on. The next topic we're going to be discussing is our thoughts on Jurassic World Dominion. I'm not going to start this topic off. Let's start off with Brandon since he's real hot right now. Brandon, what's your thoughts on this on Jurassic
What?
World?
You can't go from that to that.
All right.
Jurassic World Dominion.
Yeah, what's your thoughts?
It's silly. It's very silly, but was I entertained? Yes. Yeah, like, it was fine. Didn't hurt anybody. I was in it from beginning to end. Chris Pratt was all right. I thought they gave more to do. What's Ron Howard's daughter, Bryce.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Bryce.
Yeah. I thought she was really good in this movie for once. They didn't just make her the hysterical lady, like, oh my God, dinosaurs. It was like, no, let's give her something to do. That said, they brought back the original cast from the original. They gave them nothing to do. But it was cool seeing them. That's my, like, I didn't hate it. Also, I had a 9-year-old right next to me watching it, and he was having so much fun with it. So I couldn't be like, oh, man. But my biggest issue was they do a shot where they say it's West Texas.
Yes.
Oh, I know.
That is not West Texas. I was just
It's
like,
not West Texas.
Spielberg.
Thank you.
I
Spielberg,
know.
really? You couldn't have Google mapped something like
Literally, like the tall
there's
grass. I was
mountains
like,
in the background. No.
yeah.
No, that was my biggest issue. Other
Yeah.
than that, it's fine.
I forgot
didn't
about
hurt.
that part. That was like the West Texas part. I was like, oh, we got to talk about that. But it happened so early in the movie, I forgot by the time. Jackson, what was your
I
thoughts
made a
on the
big
movie?
deal today just because it's just living in West Texas now. That they do a wide shot and just instantly is like, that is not West Texas.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
California.
I know. They could at least done cotton fields that those locusts were in or something.
Why not just say West California? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It made no difference to the plot of the movie that was in Texas or not, right?
They could have said Rhode Island and nobody would have given a
Yeah,
shit.
would,
like if they said Rhode Island and said that, but like, cool, I've never been to Rhode Island.
They could have
I
even
bet
done
that's what it
Oklahoma.
looks like.
Oklahoma looks like that. You know what I mean? With the mountains and they could have done anything. Anyways, Jax, what's your thoughts on the movie?
So bad.
I am so glad you brought that up, Brandon, because I was in the theater just like, where in West Texas? Where does it look like that? Where is it not just flat sand everywhere? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But
this is
but
what the filmmakers did. They closed their eyes and pointed to a map like, there, West Texas. That's where
Well, not even take away from Jackson's review. It's just like, really? West Texas? Like, I just want to hit home on that. Like, you said this was West Texas, and for the few people that saw this in West Texas, we all just rolled our eyes like, really? No. I'm sorry, Jackson, continue.
Yeah,
it's okay. No. Yeah, that's what West Texas is known for: tall grass and trees.
And mountains.
But yeah, now before I get into my review, I wanted to relay this because I had a very entertaining theater experience during this movie. There was a really sweet lady and her family sitting like 2 rows up from me, and she was doing like live commentary during the film, and it was great. Just the whole time I was like, this is amazing. But whenever Chris Pratt showed up with whenever they're riding the horses, I mean, I don't know if this is a spoiler review. Maybe I shouldn't go into detail.
You're fine. Just go to it.
Okay, cool. But he's doing the hand thing, which I'll get back to later. But she was like, "Oh, he's friends with the dinosaurs." I was like, this is gonna be fun. When the brontosaurus showed up, she was like, "Oh, that's a brontosaurus."
Oh.
You took notes?
Yeah, I took notes. I have her live commentary right here. And the grasshopper, the locust, she was like, "That's not a grasshopper. That's a dinosaur grasshopper."
Oh,
So
wow.
it was very fun. It didn't take away from the experience at all. It just made it more enjoyable for me, honestly. But I'll start my review by saying the thing I enjoyed most, I think, was the new characters. I really liked the assistant. What was his name? Ramsey. I really liked his character. I thought he was really cool. I loved the pilot character. And the villain, which is technically the guy from the original Jurassic Park movie, who the spy dude gives him the shaving cream bottle.
Long.
Yeah, well, he was awesome. But yeah, it's Dodson. And I loved this guy's, it's not the original dude, but I loved his portrayal of him. I thought that he did a lot of cool character stuff, like the kind of muttering under his breath and talking in run-on sentences. I thought he was a really interesting character.
Was
I thought
that
the chase
Peter
scene-
Parker's dad?
Yes,
Uh,
Andrew Garfield, Peter Parker's father.
Andrew
yes.
That's right. Okay, sorry.
Yes, from the deleted scene from Amazing Spider-Man 2. Very,
He's like, he
very
comes with a
deep
big
cut,
beard.
Adam.
Yeah, he comes with it. Well, he's in the freaking plane scene when the plane crashes.
Oh,
right?
you're right. He was in the early parts of the movie. All right,
There is that
true.
deleted scene where he comes with a beard. He's like, sorry, I left. Sorry, Jackson.
You're right. Yeah, that's fair. All right. I thought the chase scene was really cool with the Raptors in Italy. I thought that was a really cool scene. I thought the chase was done really well. It was the whole time I was very into it. I thought that there was a lot of love put into the movie. I could tell that it was Colin Trevorrow for sure, which at times was a good thing and at other times not so much. I thought the best moments of the movie were the scary dinosaur parts. I thought that that's getting back to. I thought that's getting back to
Who
the
wrote
roots
this?
of Jurassic Park. Yeah,
10-year-old.
No, the scary
My favorite
dinosaurs.
parts were the scary dinosaur parts, and I think
I love when the scary dinosaurs. But no, I like the scene where she's crawling through the murky water and there's that beaked dinosaur with the claws. I thought that was such a great scene. The thing that I'm not stoked on with this entire series, honestly, is I feel like any of the Jurassic Park films that have been done that aren't based on Michael Crichton material kind of get away from the heart of what Star Wars Jurassic Park is, and they kind of focus on these little pieces of the original film that like for instance, I could have done without another T-Rex fight at the end.
yeah.
Like we did that in Jurassic World 1 and Jurassic Park 2 and Jurassic Park 3 and
Yeah.
Jurassic Park 1.
Yeah.
What? Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking to me. No, there was things like that in it where it's just like, we have to have this and we have to have this. It can't be a Jurassic Park movie without this. But at the same time, I thought it was enjoyable. I honestly, the whole time I was watching it, save for a few very cheesy jokes that I thought were like, oh, come on. I thought it was a very enjoyable experience. Whenever, first of all, I love Jeff Goldblum. Whenever he was like, Jurassic World, not a fan, I was like, come on.
Yeah, like trying to throw a little shade at the series. Like, come on.
Yeah. It's like, it was like, I know he's it himself because he did but it was just like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy the movie. I did enjoy it. I didn't think it's the best movie in the whole world. I don't think it lives up to what the Jurassic World movies were supposedly going to deliver, but I think it did a decent job of closing it out.
Awesome.
That's the end of my review. Sorry it was so long.
No, loved it. Zach, your thoughts on this movie?
Yeah, I liked it. It was alright. I mean, to follow Jackson's sentiment, it's not. I don't think it's it's not what I had imagined Jurassic World, the last one, to be, right? Because I mean, dinosaurs are in the world, and you get a glimpse of that, right? You only get a tiny fraction. I would have liked to see them interact with dinosaurs a little bit more in cities, like just that. Like one of my favorite scenes was the raptor chase scene, right? Whenever that was one of the best scenes in the movie, and so I think if they would have done more of that. And I didn't like the locust storyline. I didn't. To me, it didn't fit well with the Jurassic Park, Jurassic World theme. It's just kind of, they wanted to get the old characters in there, so we're gonna paste this right here, and then it just like it wasn't organic to me, and like especially whenever they all met up, like it felt like very forced, and so for anybody that has, is a big Jurassic Park fan, it was a letdown when it came to that. But at the end of the day, it was a fun movie. I mean, my experience, I had somebody had brought their 5-year-old kid who got bored halfway through the movie and was just like kicking around and stuff. And so I was like, all right, kid, all right, this kid's having his own little good time over here. But other than that, I enjoyed it, and I I don't know. Are they planning? Do y'all know if they're planning on doing something like they're gonna continue, or is this it? Do you think?
It sounds like, at least from marketing, but it could be all marketing. It sounds like this is their last ride, but based on the money it's making pretty good money. So
Yeah.
money speaks. So money talks,
Well,
as we've already said.
I hope that they kind of make it a little bit. If they are going to continue, they continue with the whole direction that now the dinosaurs are a part of everyday life now. I would love to see a scene from New York City. It just is like a freaking raptors just kind of going around like rats in the sewers and stuff like that. That would be super cool.
I know what you want. You want the Flintstones, just modern time Flintstones.
Exactly. I want to see Dino the dinosaur in there.
That's the sequel. It's like time kind of reverts back to like Stone Age, and then the dinosaurs are just taking care of everybody, like Yabba Dabba Doo style.
Exactly.
Okay, my thoughts on this movie. I did not like it at all. I did not have fun with it like these other guys seem to have had fun. I mean, it was fun, like, I guess because it was fun to be in the theater and munch on some popcorn. But in terms of the film, I was confused, probably because I missed that middle one, the Fallen Kingdom. And so when I saw this whole plot about the cloned girl, I was like, whoa, is this like Transformers 2 whenever the chick turned into the robot? Like, where did we... It's like one of those storylines I was like, I missed something here. What's going on? There's a cloned girl?
Did I miss something?
Yeah, I completely missed something. So I was like, okay.
Oh, and I saw a review of the villain, the main villain, being compared to Tim Cook, and that is all I saw.
Yeah,
the entire movie.
He sort of was the Tim Cook. He was like a Tim Cook, or like a what is it? The Facebook guy, Mark Zuckerberg type.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
That is all I saw, and I was just like, this is hilarious.
Yeah, I felt that too, but. Yeah, I thought the movie was a mess. I think there was some strange editing choices that was consistent throughout the movie. Like, you would see... So in terms of editing, you want to see progression of action. Like, a character runs, they jump over a fence, they land on the other side. And you would see those progressions in an edit. In this film, consistently, it would be character runs, jump, and there was no land. They were already running again. Consistently throughout the movie. Like, Chris Pratt's character is on at the very end of the film on that treehouse scene. He's hanging onto the ledge, and we cut to an interior with all the group are inside, and he's already up. Like, we don't even see him get up. Nothing. It progresses past that point, like where it could have been a tense moment, and he's already inside. And they consistently did it throughout the movie. And I don't know if they had a longer film on their hands and they were just making choices of like editing, or maybe it was just bad coverage that they got on a lot of these scenes. But I was just shocked, and I found his direction. I didn't love his direction in Jurassic World. I really enjoyed Safety Not Guaranteed, but his direction in that movie I felt was a little plasticky and by the numbers, and I felt this was very similar. I've seen chase scenes, not including dinos, but 007, the most recent one, that chase scene on the motorcycle through, it almost felt similar, but the guy who directed that from True Detective, much better directed in a similar sequence. But I mean, it was fun watching dinos chase a dude on a motorcycle. I mean, it was cool. It seemed, I saw the ending to Fallen Kingdom the other day because I was looking up lions and dinosaurs together in a scene, like at the end. It seems like they're a little connected, especially with that short film that Colin did called Battle of Round Rock or Battle of Bottom Rock.
Yeah.
So it seems like it is. They were trying to show that dinos in the world, but I could see Zach your point on that, like wanting to see more of that, like more like how are dinos and humans going to, because you saw like the underworld of it, like where the pilot was. You saw they were kind of like fighting with dinosaurs and trading money, and that was kind of cool to see. But I don't know what this franchise is constantly wanting to get us to an island is ridiculous. Like why couldn't we had a whole film? I don't know if Fallen Kingdom is on an island, but why do we need a whole film on an island every time? Because I've been rewatching the old the Jurassic Park movies this week after seeing this, and every time our movie has to go to the park, we're going, oh well, this one is a part of the in number 2. They're like, this is the part of the park that no one's gone on, or what, it's always like we're going to this part of. It's always a park, or it's always an island. It's always like, why couldn't we had a whole storyline in like across the world? They're like, I don't know, could have been a mission of them trying to blah 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 blah. I mean, that would have been great. We don't need to go into an island.
They almost did it in they did it for a little bit in Jurassic Park 2, the second one.
Yeah, I mean that 30 minutes
more. I wanted more of that.
Yeah.
Like okay, how are these cars maneuvering around, or how are these? It showed a little bit of how like airplanes maneuver around, but I mean, the pterodactyls, they can go anywhere. So
yeah,
how is travel now? And like, okay, in the oceans, like they're on cruises. Are they like dinosaur watching? Like I don't know what those.
Isn't it the first shot of this movie? It comes up and bites the boats.
I missed that scene. I was one of those people that was late for that.
Are you kidding me?
I didn't see the first half of the movie. I wasn't there.
Oh, you know what? I came at the part where.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
God,
I came
sorry.
in at the part where like those words came up where it said directed by. Oh, the credit. That's where I walked in. The ending.
That's why right when I walked in. Oh, and I also had a slice of pizza.
Did you really? Are you serious?
Yes, I did.
Did you watch this at home?
Gotten off work late. Okay, I had gotten off of work late. Okay, and I'm sorry, but it was all that I could do, and I was starving, so I ordered a slice of pizza.
What theater did you go to?
It's called the Silverado.
And they have pizza there?
Honestly, every place in San Antonio, every movie theater has pizza except for Regal. Regal is the only place.
Yeah.
But Santikos.
So you sat there late. You came in late with your pizza, went up the steps, sat next to the 5-year-old kid, and enjoyed your slice while watching.
I did.
That is crazy.
I did. I enjoyed that slice of pizza too. It was good.
I had a pickle. I had some popcorn and some Jolly Ranchers I snuck in my pocket. Sneaky boy there. And that's what I had. What did you have, Jackson? What was your snack of choice on this visit?
I didn't have any snacks.
Too
I watched
costly.
it raw, baby.
Too
Costly? Was it too expensive?
Yeah, but no.
Yeah.
I almost feel like Jurassic Park is a franchise that benefits from less films.
Yes.
Like, I think that there's only so many stories that you can tell in there without it becoming kind of a parody of itself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I mean, I feel like the Jurassic World movies just kind of miss the point of Jurassic Park. It feels like they're building on it in the wrong way.
They could have started Jurassic World similar with like the park that everyone forgot about, right? And they decided to go ahead and make the Disney World of it. And then they should have just made these last two films have nothing to do with that. It's Jurassic World, the world's involvement with dinosaurs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How do we operate in this world with dinosaurs? Yeah.
Like, what does the government think about all this? Like, you don't get like the military or anything.
What's the regulation? Like, what's the regulation on this? Do we have a Tiger King, but we call him Dino King, and he has a bunch of like raptors, And
I want to
and
be in courts.
we have some celebrities like Shaq who's like wants to buy a dinosaur, and everyone feels weird about it, but some people are cool with it, We got Instagrammers wanting to snap photos with these dinos. It's like they could have played all into the.
For
You know what?
sure.
Send us a check, Universal. We'll write your next one.
Exactly.
You need a Jurassic Park Steve Irwin.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
all right,
yes.
look what we got here.
That would have been awesome. Just that if they would have had the opening scene have be him, crikey.
Yeah.
Look
right.
at it, it's a beauty.
Brandon, what snack?
R.I.P.
What snack did you enjoy at your Jurassic World experience?
You what?
What snack did you have?
Oh, I had popcorn, pickle, a Diet Coke.
Wow, no candy,
The OG.
no sweets.
No candy. That's my original. I like salty snacks. But all right, we're hating so much on Jurassic World Dominion. I feel like so much, but Jackson, as a Star Wars fan, did you not see? I saw Trevorrow putting in some of like, hey, this is what I would have done in Star Wars.
No, totally. Yeah, I
Did you
did.
feel that?
And-
I felt that sense of adventure with him. And I know we're all complaining about Jurassic Park, but we all just want them to be an Amblin Spielberg movie. And I
yeah,
feel like he kind of did that. Like, yeah, we don't agree with all the choices, but I feel like he brought some of that Amblin magic back to this. And again, I saw it with a 9-year-old who was laughing and scared in all the right places. I was like, oh, this is his Jurassic Park. Like, I feel like we're knocking Colin Trevorrow a little bit. Like, he did a good studio movie.
yeah, no, totally. I mean, and Colin Trevorrow is he's one of those directors that I have a hard time with because I know that he's capable of doing really good stuff. And
Yeah.
I was looking forward to him doing a Star Wars movie. And what was that film that he did that got him
The Book of
fired?
The
Henry.
Book of Henry. Yeah.
Yeah, Book of Henry. Yeah. And I never ended up seeing it, unfortunately. I wanted to really bad because I was really stoked for him. I just heard it wasn't.
I think
that-
you should watch it. Like, as a fan of his, watch it. You'll see why he got fired, for sure. But if you've seen Safety Not Guaranteed and seen this, you'd give him an understanding of why this is this. Like, I felt like he was an indie director who got picked up to do Jurassic World. Let's be honest, Jurassic World is a remake of Jurassic Park for the most part. So he did what J.J. Abrams did with Force Awakens. He hit all the right spots. Then he did Book of Henry, another one of his originals that he wanted to do, that he was adamant about to do. That's why I say still watch it. You'll see why. But also you'll see, but I see the filmmaker in there. And that's one thing I want to give Dominion is I do see Trevorrow in this franchise. I do see his fingerprint. Like, he's not trying to copy Spielberg's fingerprint.
Yeah.
He is, but he's also trying to make it his own. And so I feel like that's where the film really succeeds.
What about this is his fingerprint?
What he's doing.
What about this is his fingerprint, Brandon?
Well, if you watch Jurassic World, a lot of the comedy that carries over to Dominion is in there. That, again, you didn't see the second one. There's no comedy in the second one, really. That transfers over. I feel like his work with Chris Pratt transfers over as the leading man because I know Hollywood wants to hate him. I just look at him as an actor, and he did great as the leading man.
Mm-hmm.
The story does fall apart, but there are just these moments that he has with these characters that I see Trevorrow, where I see what he's doing, where I'm like, oh, cool, I see him as a director. And it's these really good moments with him and Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. I believe their relationship from the beginning. Bring the clone included, where they're trying to be like, what you've seen them go from A, B to C, where he brings those characters, it's like Robert Zemeckis did in Back to the Future trilogy. He brought those characters through. Even if you don't like the movies, those characters are still those characters. I believed them.
But
There's
could
some
you
moments,
believe with
dude. The scene where they ask Jeff Goldblum to button up his shirt, I died laughing. That was Trevorrow. That was internet memes of all the sexy Jeff Goldblum with his shirt up button. I was like, that was a good ad.
But
that was good. That got a genuine laugh out of me.
A better director could have delivered a better everything. That's what I was saying. You're like, what's his fingerprint? You're like, oh, he has good comedy. And like, yeah, what is that? How's that his fingerprint on it?
You do see his filmmaking style all over that movie. You see it in Jurassic World, where yeah, he does do the Spielberg shots, but the shots where they're going in to hunt the big bad dinosaur, all those really handheld shots, that's Trevorrow. Watch Safety Guaranteed. Like, that's Trevorrow. Like, cool, I'm going to bring an indie aspect into this, but make it look big. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I feel like you see that in this movie.
I think it was very similar to Jurassic World in its plasticness of it. Like, it felt like anyone could have directed it. It didn't seem unique to him at all. Like, I don't know. That was me, though. I just felt like it wasn't unique enough.
I just think
I don't know.
I feel like it wasn't what I was expecting. Whenever you think of the final film in the Jurassic, I think the first one was awesome. I think that it did, it touched on the essence of the first one with coming into a new park. It's updated, it's more modern. They're creating their own dinosaur, so it puts a spin on it. But the third movie, I'm expecting something more. I'm expecting something, because like Adam said, we continuously go back to an island. Why do we have to go back to an island? Like, why does it have to be just an island when it's the whole world is affected by this? It's not just this one little area. And again, I really don't like that the locust storyline. I did not like it. It's just like, I get that, with prehistoric creatures, the insects get bigger, and to kind of tie in, I forget the company name, but they touched on it too much, and it wasn't a good enough storyline to be as big as it was.
Yeah.
And so when you kind of lose half of it is I'm already lost on, and then I'm excited for. I like the dinosaur scenes. I like the chases, but then you go back to a locust scene and you're like, okay, this again, like, come on. Like, I want to see the effects that it has on the entire world, not just these little bits and pieces so I think they could have done, again, there's a lot of good, cinematically, it's amazing, right? Especially with, where we're at, technologically, and how far we've come. That way, like it could have been so much more. That's all I'm saying. I enjoyed the movie. It was fun. I'm not one of those snobs that like, oh, this has to be this or this. Like, if I enjoy all movies, and I'm glad that at least we're getting movies. But at the end of the day, if you take something that is especially as big as Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, and the story's not there, that's where you lose me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, Adam, I know I told you not too long ago that whenever I was a kid, I really wanted to be a director.
Yes.
And Jurassic Park was the reason. I mean, it was the movie that I watched where I was like, I want to be Steven Spielberg. I was like, I want to do that. So it's hard because I've got a lot of emotions tied into the original Jurassic Park movie. Even Jurassic Park 3, I still have a soft spot for, even though it's very cheesy. And
Shut up. Jurassic Park 3.
I love the, it's still like I'll still watch it, like because it's it's one of those movies that I just like to put on. But it's been hard for me to get into these Jurassic World movies, and I don't hate them at all. They didn't hit me the same way, and that's okay, because I have a buddy at work who is in love with these movies. He's he plays the game on his phone where you catch dinosaurs and they battle, and he's, you know, like super stoked on it, and he was like so bummed that I didn't like it more. And that's the thing, is some people like this is exactly what they wanted. And isn't that the magic of cinema, is that, you know, it makes some people the happiest people in the world, and it makes some people not, and that's okay, you know.
Yeah,
For sure.
it was a great studio movie. He did a great job making a studio movie
Making a studio movie.
with no
All right,
identity.
Marks, Adam.
With no identity of his own. He just put the camera where he thought it would look fine, and he said action.
Hey, but if your identity is Spielberg, that's a great guy to copy.
I
thought he did a great
literally
job,
rewatched
man. I
all
thought he
three
did a
this
good
week.
job.
I rewatched all three this week. There was no Spielberg in that movie that he did. Like, he's doing a bad copy, I guess.
No.
JJ
let me-
We'll
Abrams.
argue about
let me do
this.
it-
We'll
let me-
argue about
let me
this
quick-
later.
let me
I'm
quickly
not,
ex-
no.
let me
Go
quickly-
fuck yourself. There was
Oh, yeah.
Spielberg in this
Let
movie.
me quickly explain Imprint real quick. Imprint is when you take a film like The Batman, and it is identified in his visual style as Matt Reeves. You can instantly identify that. Steven Spielberg. This movie could have been directed by anyone on the planet, and it would have looked very similar. That's all I was saying. There is no identity to Colin
That's where I
Trevorrow at all.
disagree. That's where I believe
Your
Colin
keep is, oh,
Trevorrow
look, he's
brings
trying to do
in his
Spielberg.
humor.
Okay, then he's not his own
That
style.
is not in it.
I would say,
No,
I would
never mind.
I would
Never
Oh,
say,
mind.
he's like,
I
look
would-
at his handheld shot. Okay, great. He did
I
a
would
handheld
say-
shot.
I would say watch Jurassic World 2, because I think that's really what put it into perspective for me. I think that's why I felt Colin Trevorrow's presence in this film more, was because we felt it a lot in Jurassic World 1. Not so much like you watched it and you're like, this is absolutely Colin Trevorrow, but you got a feel for what he was going for.
Who did the second one? It was the dude that did A Monster's Call.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Very
Oh.
weird direction they take in that movie. So yeah, I feel like you do need to see the second one to really compare to the third one. That Trevorrow's touch isn't there. I agree, Jackson.
No, I disagree. I can tell you right now, he had no defining quality about him as a director. I think even based on seeing Jurassic World, that movie could have been directed by anybody. It was plastic. It had no heart to it, no life to it. It was just colorful for the sake of color. They just pumped it full of Disney World color with it's so oversaturated. And you go watch Jurassic Park and you're like, wow, it doesn't feel it feels like Spielberg. I watched The Lost World the other day and I'm like, yeah, it's not great, but it has like qualities of greatness, great sequences. I don't think this movie has that many great sequences, especially when you consider, like what I already talked about, the editing choices that were made. I'm like, why would you do this? Why would you cut this movie this way? Anyways, I can go on and on about it. I don't think it's a bad movie. It's easily digestible. I think there's worse movies out there. I was just frustrated with the editing, and Brandon saying it had an imprint, which just triggered me. I was like, what? What is Colin?
Triggered me, dude. We're
What?
gonna have to
Colin?
fight about this or something.
Where's
man.
Colin in that
I-
movie?
I don't
Colin
know if
has
I
no
forgive you
identity.
for this.
I don't
Today
know. Colin,
on Adam Talks Too Much.
all right, let's settle this.
Adam versus Brandon.
Let's
Yeah.
let's settle this real quick.
It's Adam's show. He'll win.
Okay, here we go.
I
All
just
right.
hate locusts.
Yeah, I was frustrated by that weird B plot too. Yeah, I agree with you. The legacy characters back in the movie, no, why? Like, other than they could be there, they didn't really serve any purpose really. But I like seeing them better than Chris Pratt's character. Is a little boring. He his one note. It's like doesn't have really much to add other than he can hold his hand up to dinos.
Oh yeah, I never talked about that.
Oh, yeah.
I think overused. I thought it was overused.
Yeah,
I was,
lot. Yeah, and
I was
thought it
like,
a
why do they keep doing this?
I thought it was a little silly. He pulled a knife out on a dino. Like, what are you gonna do with that little knife? He was like, I was like, what are you gonna do with that? Like,
I know.
I don't know. I'm sure my daughter's gonna love him, but
He's gonna take him down.
for me, not crazy. Let's wrap up this show. So
Yeah.
let me do a quick shout out. My daughter drew a picture for today's show, our final season finale. Here
All
it is.
right.
A dino versus a lion. Wait, this way. Here's a
That's
volcano. Some lightning strikes. Boom. Great job,
Boom.
Rita.
Hey, that's
All right.
awesome. She's talented.
I drew the picture, by the way.
You
She just colored it, guys. She's 3. Chill. I did the art. Anyways,
my
Zach,
picture.
if you want to give a little shout out to your socials, you can do that right now.
I am. I always forget mine. 'Cause I'm
Avenue
not
Zach.
I don't really. Avenue Zach. Thanks, Adam. I appreciate that. Avenue Zach on Instagram. You can follow my band Avenue on Instagram. Avenue Music. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, and any major platforms you can find us on.
Yeah, and he's got some music videos coming out pretty soon.
Yes. 2.
Yeah, Jackson.
Yeah, if you want to follow me on social media, my handle is Jackson's Evil Twin on pretty much everything. I'm in a band, Low Lives. You can see right there, backwards, but you can see it. If you want to check us out, we're kind of like heavier, grungy sound if you like that stuff. And if not, it's all good. You don't have to listen to it. But I invite you to, because I love you.
On this end, Low Life is actually forward on this side. Brandon?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
What?
Give a little shout out to he's just thinking about his arguments right now, what he's going to say after he gets off.
I'm just upset with y'all. I'm so upset. I'm just kidding. I could care less. Your opinion, your opinion. Come out on YouTube. You can watch my first feature, A Dead Body in Apartment 2403.
Short film.
It's a fun one. It's my first short film. And you also check out the trailer for A Spinning Record, which is not out yet. It will be out soon. Other than that, follow me. I'm Brandon Aaron Bonnet on all social media platforms. I think I'm only on Facebook and Instagram, as I can remember. But, yeah, check that out.
You can also come and say hello to him at Ralph's Records in Lubbock, Texas. And
Thanks. Yeah.
ask him for his...
Actually, if you do come to Ralph's and you heard from this podcast, please talk to me. I want to hear from you.
That would be so funny if someone actually... Maybe one of these days. All right, guys, and I'm at
Lubbock, Texas.
I'm at Adam Paul Stone on all social media platforms. And remember to subscribe to this channel because we are relaunching it in like a month and a half or so in August with a whole new name of the show, a whole new name of the channel, and launching with a couple new shows as well, including a show from Brandon and a few more. So if you guys want to see more of this and shows like it, remember to subscribe and you will be clued in to all that. So thank you guys so much for watching today's final season finale of this show, and we'll catch you soon. Later.
Bye.
Bye.